everybody.
Welcome to the show.
This would be our July episode.
That's right.
And we've got a lot to talk about today.
It seems like July is such a great month.
It is. 4th of July is coming up next week, although the show is probably going to come out after the 4th of July. There's no way I'm going to get it edited by then.
He better.
But I hope everybody had a great 4th of July.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I'm sure they will. And then you'll have it edited, and then we'll say, oh, my gosh, those fireworks were great. So I'm excited about this episode. We have a lot of really cool people and things to talk about.
So what's this you have written on the board, the second national holiday? What is that all about?
They have a parade in Waterloo, Iowa every year on July 23rd. And it's to celebrate their most famous celebrity, really.
What came out of Waterloo?
Iowa. Melissa came out.
Oh, jeez. Hi, we're here with Caroline Terabasi, and this is one of those special episodes we're doing for the 75th anniversary. How long have you been here?
I've worked at this site for 20 years. I was an employee in the VA for several years prior to transferring here from the St. Louis VA.
And you're a vet?
I'm an Air Force veteran. I served 12 years.
Okay, so do you remember your first day? Do you remember what it was like?
Yes. I transferred here from the St. Louis VA, and at the time, all of our HR records and processes were all in paper, and it was down to the 11th hour. I was either going to have to resign because my husband. And so down to the 11th wire, Tony Petty, back in HR, and Leslie Simonian at the time were the recruiters, and I got a job here at the 11th hour on 9C. My first day on the job on 9C, it was a welcome back to inpatient acute medicine. It's always been, in my experience, was always the busiest acute unit, in terms of volume, turnover, churn, and that's 8D now. Just great respect for that team up there.
What are your fondest memories of being here? Do you have anything that comes to mind?
I'm pretty sure it's when I was hired, but go on, tell your other story.
I have, favorite is a tough thing because you think of favorite associated with joy, typically. But so I've had several joy-filled times here, but so I've just really enjoyed the universe of primary care, I always call it, because that's where continuity care is provided for the majority of our veterans that we serve here. But the staff that I have led over all these years have just been wonderful. But the one experience that really sticks out in my memory from a fondness perspective, and I was just talking with my husband about it the other day, was the winter storm. When we were here for 3 days, and 3.5 days for me by the time I got home. And it was a disaster because of the winter storm. And just working side by side with Royce, because he and I were really deeply involved in leading the effort. And then, like, Melissa was here. I mean, there were so many leaders that were here that were part of that, and that really stands out to me. I mean, it was a disaster. The staff that held the line and took care of the patients that were stuck here, those were the real heroes.
Hi. Returning again, we have another employee who's been here an extraordinary amount of time.
4 years almost.
24 years, India Hargrove. Thank you so much for joining me today, my fellow Air Force veteran. So where do you work now?
Right now, I'm in vocational rehabilitation. I work there, and I work half voc, and the other half I work post 9/11 case management with Rebecca Welch and Scott Jordan and Angela Caressa.
All right. So how many years have you been here?
Oh my God, I've been here
24, you said?
Almost 24 years.
And do you remember your first day
I
here?
never forget my first
All right, let's
day.
hear it. Bring it. Bring it out.
It started December 16th, 2001.
Oh.
And when I first got here, I was so excited. And it was a storm.
Oh, no. Well, of course it was.
It was a bad storm, and I don't even know how a lot of people got here, but I got here.
You were like, I'm going. Today's my first day.
And there was nobody here to train me. And then I came in the storm, and they said, oh, well, you know what, you can go and maybe come back the next day.
Oh, no.
And that's what I did.
You did? You're like, I have to go back home now?
Can I go? But I was so excited. excited
Oh,
because I came from
wonderful.
Sisters Hospital,
Yeah,
and I worked there for 15 years. And
right on Main Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that one.
Mhm.
Okay,
Doing
all
it.
right. So what was your favorite day or memory from all those 24 years culmination of? You have and it could be whatever, if you can think of something.
I never forget that day when we was in the travel department. And this is before they went to, paying you through the bank and everything.
Oh, okay.
What was that? The direct deposit?
Oh,
But
okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, before people were getting those real checks.
We
Show
used
me
to
the
have
money.
a line from here to Kingdom
Oh,
Come,
you're
right at
kidding.
their front desk. I don't know how
They
we
would just
did
stand
that.
in line and wait for their money.
Next. That was the most memorable moment of my life
They
when we
didn't
had
mail them?
all those veterans. The line went out from
Oh, wait.
admissions, the front, all the way to outside.
Oh, see, I had interpreted that differently. I was thinking that the employees were waiting for their money, but it's the veterans who were coming for their money here in the building?
Never forget that.
Oh,
I think that was
my
in 2010 and 2011. This is before they remodeled the Veteran Service Center in admissions.
Oh, my gosh.
And,
that is crazy.
that was so
That's a lot. Yeah, that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in the entire process that you're here, the whole building and everything, what do you think has changed the most in those 24 years?
The technology.
I like that.
I love it though. Some
Yeah, you
people,
like
some
it?
of the old timers, they don't want to change, but
No.
I was like a kid with a toy. It was
Show
so
me
fun
how.
to me,
Oh
you
my
know?
God, I love that.
And being an older person, it was always a challenge to me. I'm
I-
like, whoa, how do you do
So
this?
you don't even look like an older person, so don't say that out loud because nobody would know. You're beautiful.
Yeah, you're so sweet.
So technology has come so far, and like you said,
Yes.
now we don't even see these veterans that just get their money automatically.
Yes, they
So
get
it's
it
like,
automatically.
oh,
They
and
get
there's
a
so much-
try. I
thank
appreciate
you.
y'all so
Well,
much.
thank you for coming.
And you're such a sweetheart, hon. I remember you too, hon.
I know. It's
You're
like,
such a
look at you.
sweetheart, Air Force. Right.
So now we got another Air Force person. Come on,
This is
show.
so cool.
Here with Denise, parents. Yep. This lovely lady is one of my dear LPNs downstairs. She is what we call the greatest of all time staff members. She's the GOAT. She's the OG. She's the seasoned nurse.
I would think you better explain what that was.
The greatest of all time staff. No, so Denise has been here a very long time, and I just found out this week that how long have you been here?
Since January of 1986.
Which equals up to 38 years. Is that
Soon
right?
to be 40.
Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. What was your first day like?
My first day, very intimidating. I was a young nurse. Other than long-term care, home care, I didn't have any med-surg experience other than school, so it was a little intimidating. Fifth week into orientation, they did 6 weeks of orientation.
Oh.
Beginning of Monday on my fifth day of orientation, I got detailed to the 7th floor, and I was put in the step-down unit.
Are you
With an
kidding?
RN, walked in, 3 patients, machines and tubes everywhere, and I was as white as the sheets.
So many tough times. Like, what keeps you coming here every day?
I enjoy my job. I have to be perfectly honest, and I told many people this. I had no intentions to work for the VA. Didn't want to work for the VA at the beginning when I was first out of school. Actually wanted to work for ECMC.
Oh,
But didn't get hired. I got hired at the VA. My father's a disabled combat veteran.
oh.
All of our family members that served our country are combat veterans in every branch of the service. I have more of them than I have hands and toes.
Yeah.
Okay. I should say fingers and toes is what I mean. And so my father would say, I'll put it in the light terms that, what happened with me with the government having me in the service, at least they could do is give one of my kids a job.
There you go.
Well, I worked with a nursing assistant, and his name was Bernie. He was a veteran. And he told me, the best advice I can give you, kid, he says, as you get older, save your sick time because that's when your body starts to get
I like
sore
There you go.
and tired, and save every pay stub.
Oh, well, there you go.
And I took that advice.
That's good advice. Well, thank you for joining us
Mhm.
today. We cannot say how appreciative we are of your time here and you as a nurse in general, just being able to come spend time with Joe and I today. So thank
Well,
you
I
very much.
appreciate you including me. It's
Yeah.
nice because sometimes this doesn't happen.
Well, we appreciate you, and I want you to know that you're very highly respected, and I'm privileged to have you and
Thank you.
work with you.